So here's how today is going to work. I'm going to go over the schedule today and go over some of the problems with the daily CCR. As soon as that is done, I want our timer person to set the timer for 4 minutes. When that 4 minutes is up on the timer, then pause the daily CCR unless you finished it, and all of you head over to the word wall. We're going to do the rapid fire version where there's no ordered pairs. As soon as you've gone through all the words, then I want you to come back to your seats and go to the lesson video on Google Classroom and complete the video and the rest of the homework in your seat before you move on. After you've completed all that, then move on to extra math and then ST math to finish off the day. So it should be a nice, relaxing, chill day. Be amazing, please, and do the right thing while I'm gone, and I will see you tomorrow. So take a look at this with me. Do these few setup things together, and then once you're done with that, then our timer person will set the timer for the 4 minutes for you to work on this before going over to WordWall. All right, so take a look at number 1. Write this number in standard and expanded form. So start off with standard. Remember, our trick for these is to box the comma words so that then we can focus on what the 3-digit numbers are going to be in between. So standard and expanded. Make sure you blow up every single number for expanded form. All right, Solly has 9 times as many. Solly, who has 9 times as many? 9x as Steph. This is our verses, so make sure you have this. Steph has this many Skittles. Bracket the question. How many Skittles? Solly. So I just wanted to throw one of these on here so we're not forgetting how many times always goes first. Blank times blank equals blank. So draw your little squiggle and then label it's Solly versus who. Whose real number goes here. Put your numbers in. Answer your question. All right, this one, first one of these on here. So a couple reminders. So it says estimate. We know this means to round. And we have to show you work, your work. So right away, we're going to round this number to 40 and this number to the biggest place to 70. Don't grab your calculator. It's multiples of 10, so we can just do the trick. Underline your basic fact, write your answer, how many zeros are going over, done. This is work that you're showing right here. This can be done here or here, but this is the work you need. You don't need to do any calculator work or anything else. All right, write the values. Values are the numbers. So how much something's worth. Write the values of both 8s in this number. So this one, how much is it worth? How much is this one worth? And then it says how many times more is the 8 in the 10,000s place versus the 8 in the hundreds place. You can do a how many times more problem, or if you remember how many times more 1 spot over is, how many times more 2 spots over is, then you can solve it that way as well. Okay, so just a reminder on that, 1 spot is 10 times more, 2 spots, or 10 times 10 is how many times more. All right, this one here is just a nice subtraction problem, and then let's go to number 6. Circle A has 1/4 shaded. Circle B is the same size, but 2 parts are shaded to represent the same fractional amount as in A. Draw circle A and B. So I'm just going to do this one with you so you can see what it means. Here's circle A. Let's label it. Circle B is the same size. Okay, so here's circle A and circle B. Circle A has 1/4 shaded, so the denominator tells us the size of the pieces, so we're cutting it into fourths, and 1/4 is shaded, so it would look like that. Circle B is the same size, but 2 parts are shaded to represent the same amount as in circle A. So let's start with fourths. And this amount is shaded, but they're saying 2 parts are shaded to represent the same fractional amount. So if I go like this and split this, or double this piece, now I have 2 parts are shaded, and it still is the same fraction of 1/4. But I'm going to go ahead and show doubling all the pieces. So instead of 1/4, I now have 2, and see if you can count how many pieces are in this one. And these are actually equal to each other. Okay? All right, go ahead and work on this until a timer goes off, and then you're going to head over and do the rapid fire word wall. Duck call. Sorry, I had to add that in there. So your lesson today is pretty similar to yesterday. What we're going to do is do our disco moves, but we're including decimals. Okay? Now, decimals aren't going to matter at all. You can just cover them up like this, and you can see 8 times 186, 2 times 75, 3 times 64. You can just ignore those decimals until the end, and then it's just the same that we've been doing, so you'll be able to get some more fluency practice with it. All right, so you can see my example here. I just want you to understand it. 5 times 0, add the regroup. Make sure you're saying those disco moves as you go. 5 times 0, add the regroup. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 6, add the regroup. 5 times 6 is 30. 0 here, 3 regroups to the next problem. 5 times 0, add the regroup. 5 times 0 is 0, add the regroup, and you get 3. Okay? This could have even been chopped off and the 3 just fall down, but it's there. All right, now to finish this off, I want you to look at this section right here, how you want to count and find the decimal in both rows here. And just count over from the line, 1, 2. So this one's over 2 places. And down here, the decimal's right here, it's not over any places. So 2 plus nothing is 2. So we're going to move the decimal 2 places over. So 5 times 60 cents is $3. Okay? So over here, let's do this one together. And you can take a look. Let's do a little bit of the disco move. All right. Disco. Here's how it goes. 8 times 6, add the regroup. 8 times 8, add the regroup. 8 times 1, add the regroup. 8 times 0, add the regroup. This one. 2 times 5, add the regroup. 2 times 7, add the regroup. 2 times 0, add the regroup. 2 times 0, add the regroup. And that's it. So let's go. I'm a woman's man. No time to talk. Time to work. All right, so do this one with me. Here we go. 8 times 6, add the regroup. 8 times 6 is 48. Always regroup to the next problem. 8 times 8, add the regroup. 8 times 8 is 64. Add the regroup. 65, 66, 67, 68. Regroup to the next problem. 8 times 1, add the regroup. 8 times 1 is 8. Add the regroup. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Regroup to the next problem. 8 times 0, add the regroup. 8 times 0 is 0. Add the regroup, and you get 1. I think something's wrong here. Maybe you have to turn your iPads. There you go. That's the final thing there. Something went haywire. All right, and the last one. Here we go. That's not right at all. Ah! Deep breaths. Let's continue. Okay, let's go to this one together. 3 times 4, add the regroup. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 6, add the regroup. 3 times 6 is 18. Add the regroup is 19. The decimal point is 1 over. Nothing here, so 1 over. And we have 19.2. All right, last one together. Here we go. 9 times 0, add the regroup. 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 6, add the regroup. 9 times 6 is 54. 4 here. 5 to the next problem. 9 times 6, add the regroup. 9 times 6 is 54. Plus 5 is 59. 9 here. 5 is regrouped to the next problem. 9 times 0, add the regroup. 9 times 0 is 0. Add the regroup is 5. Okay, count over from the end. How many decimal places? Nothing here. 1, 2, 3 here. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Check everything with a calculator as you go, and then you can work at your own pace. Let's pause for a moment and flip over to the other side. On this side, you have 2-step word problems, maybe. So it could be a 2-step or maybe not. Victor was working as a cashier at a grocery store when he made this much an hour. This is sort of like per, so we're something to pay attention to. On Monday, he worked 5 hours, and on Tuesday, he worked 4 hours. Bracket the question, how much money did he make on both days total? All right, so we have a couple things going on. So he made this much an hour, okay? So each per an hour, this means multiply, so mark that in there, okay? Now on Monday, he worked 5 hours. Tuesday, he worked this. I can see and here. And means join, and there's my leashes. Let's change the word form to, good job if you know it, standard form. And now I can see what's going on here. Separate your workspace. I want to find out how many hours he worked, and then I can multiply by the hours. So 5 hours plus 4 hours is 9, and I want you to be writing the label like this. Okay, now that we know he worked 9 hours, we can do $21.32, and you're going to line it up like this, and then put times 9 hours. And you need to make sure that the longer amount of digits is on top like this. And then you're just going to go ahead and do your disco. 9 times 2, add the regroup. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3, add the regroup. 9 times 3 is 27. Add the regroup is 28. 9 times 1, add the regroup. 9 times 1 is 9. Add the regroup. 10, 11. And last one, 9 times 2, add the regroup. 9 times 2 is 18. Add the regroup is 19. Now, that's not my money. I need to make sure I put my decimal point in. I don't have any decimals over here. I do have 1, 2 here. So down at the bottom, I go 1, 2. So $21 times 9 is $191.88. Answer the question, how much money did Victor make? He, or Victor, made $191.88 on both days, period. So that's what you're going to then do for number 2 and 3 is analyze if it's a 2-step or a 1-step and show your work and write your answer. All right, go ahead and work on these independently. If you have a question, you can ask your substitute, or you can save it to ask me tomorrow if you can't figure it out.